for the second Saturday of October 2025. A few stray thoughts, and a few general remarks, and a few points of view, by way of a roundup of the week. All my own musings.
Like, the emperor got a tight slap on face, says a British newspaper. Very true.
Mega meltdown after Trump is snubbed and Nobel Peace Prize goes to Venezuelan democracy activist. US President Donald Trump's mega minions went into major meltdown after the Norwegian Nobel Committee snubbed him by awarding the 2025 Peace Prize to Venezuelan democracy activist Maria Corina Machado. Trump himself offered no reaction, not even a congratulatory message to the winner, after having campaigned fervently for the award, saying it would be an insult to the US if he did not get the prize, for purportedly resolving 7 conflicts across the world. But megaphones, including White House officials, vent their fury at the rebuff, even as the Norwegian government bunkered down for the blowback. The Nobel Committee proved they place politics over peace, the US administration observed. US President Donald Trump said that Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado received her Nobel Peace Prize in his honor, and that he has been helping her along the way. Trump, speaking during a briefing on Saturday, said, "The person who got the Nobel Prize called me today and said, 'I'm accepting this in honor of you because you really deserved it.'"
Like Mumbai got a new airport and India's longest underground metro line, both inaugurated by PM. Aqualine Metro is fantastic, but how do you reach the new airport in Panvel? Just asking.
The Navi Mumbai International Airport, constructed at a cost of 19,650 crore, stands as India's largest greenfield airport. The airport has been built by the Adani Group on the public-private partnership (PPP) model. The Navi Mumbai International Airport spans 1,160 hectares. It will eventually accommodate 90 million passengers yearly, alongside 3.25 million metric tons of cargo, positioning it amongst the world's leading airports. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the first phase of the Navi Mumbai International Airport. The new airport is expected to ease the heavy traffic burden on Mumbai's existing Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport. The new greenfield airport is a huge infrastructure aviation boost for Mumbai, positioning it as a global multi-airport destination. The Navi Mumbai International Airport's architecture is inspired from the lotus theme. The design includes 12 sculptural columns that resemble unfurling lotus petals and 17 mega columns that support the lotus-shaped roof. Navi Mumbai International Airport's Terminal 1 will have 66 check-in counters, 29 aero bridges, 22 self-baggage drop counters, and 10 bus boarding gates. The new airport will feature India's largest aircraft maintenance, repair, and overhaul (MRO) facilities, positioning itself as a significant cargo transportation center.
Like, Bihar Assembly polling dates are announced by ECI. Voting on 6th and 11th November, result on 14th November.
Bihar elections announced. Election Commission announces Bihar election schedule. Bihar Legislative Assembly polls will take place in 2 phases. On November the 6th and 11th, the Election Commission of India announced. The results will be announced on November 14th. This highly anticipated announcement sets the stage for a crucial political battle in the state. With all 243 seats in the Bihar Legislative Assembly up for grabs, political parties are gearing up for an intense election campaign. The ruling NDA faces stiff competition from the Mahagathbandhan, INDIA bloc, making this election a key indicator of political trends in Bihar.
Like, Congress refused to endorse Tejashwi as chief ministerial face in Bihar elections. But who is Congress's CM face? Like, Tejashwi promised 1 government job per family. Great, provided he doesn't ask for land in exchange, like his father.
मित्रों, बिहार चुनाव से पहले आरजेडी नेता तेजस्वी यादव ने कहा है कि हमारी सरकार बनेगी तो ऐसा कानून लाएंगे, हर परिवार को एक सरकारी नौकरी। तो इसके 2 फायदे और 5 चुनौतियां जल्दी से समझते हैं। पहला कि परिवार की व्याख्या क्या होगी। सैफ अली के 4 बच्चे हैं तो क्या उसमें से किसी एक को जॉब मिलेगी, या आप ये कहेंगे कि देखो अमृता सिंह का तलाक हो गया तो इब्राहिम और सारा में से एक जॉब मिले, और सामने करीना के 2 बेटे तैमूर और जय वो अलग परिवार है उसमें से एक जॉब मिले। अगर आप ये डाइवोर्स के बाद 2 परिवार अलग होते हैं ऐसा सिद्धांत मानेंगे तो ऑन पेपर फेक डाइवोर्स की प्रॉब्लम बढ़ सकती है। अभी आप देखिए ओबीसी ईडब्ल्यूएस में इनकम लिमिट है तो उससे बचने के लिए कागज पे डाइवोर्स ले लेते हैं और बच्चे को मां के साथ रहता है तो वो लोग गरीब हैं बोल के रिजर्वेशन का लाभ लेने की कोशिश करते हैं। सिमिलरली अगर ये सिद्धांत बना कि एक फैमिली को एक जॉब, तो भी कागज पे तलाक लेके हमारे दोनों बच्चों को जॉब मिल जाए ऐसी कोशिश होगी। और इसमें सबसे ज्यादा नुकसान माताओं का, महिलाओं का होगा कि जो अपने बच्चे की सरकारी नौकरी के लिए अपने वैवाहिक अधिकार छोड़ देगी और बाद में मां बूढ़ी हो गई तो ये बच्चे जिनको सरकारी नौकरी मिले क्या उसकी सेवा करेंगे या फिर बागबान मूवी टाइप का सब हो जाएगा। तो ये हुई पहली चुनौती। दूसरी तकलीफ, बिहार में है 13 करोड़ लोग, 2.76 करोड़ परिवार, एक परिवार को एक जॉब तो 2.76 करोड़ सरकारी नौकरियां होनी चाहिए। क्या सरकार के पास इतना पैसा है सबको नौकरियां दे सके। केरला में आबादी है 3 करोड़, सरकारी नौकरी 5 लाख, लेकिन फिर भी उतनों को सैलरी टाइम पे सरकार नहीं दे पाती केरला में। उसके वास्ते केरल सरकार ने यूनियन को कहा हमको ज्यादा पैसा उधारी में लेने दो, केंद्र ने मना कर दिया तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में गए तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी मना कर दिया। गुजरात की आबादी 7 करोड़, सरकारी नौकरी 5 लाख, इससे ज्यादा नौकरियां सरकार खड़ी नहीं कर सकती क्योंकि गुजरात में दारूबंदी है तो टैक्स कलेक्शन इतना होता नहीं। बिहार में भी दारूबंदी, अब आप तर्क समझिए, अगर अभी 13 करोड़ आबादी है और अभी 20 लाख सरकारी नौकरियां, तेजस्वी जी कह रहे हैं 2.76 करोड़ नौकरियां होंगी, तो दारूबंदी के बाद लिकर एक्साइज वैट में इतनी कमाई हो रही है कि सबको टाइम पे सैलरी मिले। कुछ लोग उल्टा तर्क देंगे कि बिहार से दारूबंदी हटा दो ताकि सबको सरकारी नौकरी मिल सके, तो भाई केरला में तो दारूबंदी नहीं है फिर भी उनकी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट टाइम पे सैलरी क्यों नहीं दे पा रही। तो ये हुई दूसरी चुनौती। ये सब ऐसी बात है कि मैं बॉर्नविटा नहीं पीता इसलिए मेरी बॉडी ऋतिक रोशन जैसी नहीं है, तो क्या मैं बॉर्नविटा पीऊंगा तो मेरी बॉडी ऋतिक रोशन जैसी हो जाएगी।
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो।
You are watching Sanglikar's Weekly.
Like BJP relief team led by MP Murmu and MLAs was assaulted by TMC workers in West Bengal. Didi visited Murmu in hospital. Very kind of her.
Political violence has once again erupted in West Bengal. BJP MP Khagen Murmu was brutally attacked after stones were hurled at his convoy in Jalpaiguri district, one of the regions worst hit by the recent floods. Murmu, who represents Malda Uttar, was visiting a flood-affected Nagrakata with local BJP MLA Shankar Ghosh when the incident took place. Visuals showed the MP bleeding from the head while Ghosh's car was vandalized. BJP leaders have squarely blamed the TMC.
In a surprising move, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee met with BJP MP Khagen Murmu, the man who was injured in an attack yesterday. He is currently undergoing treatment after being assaulted during a visit to the flood and landslide affected areas of North Bengal. The BJP MP was there and videos were circulated where he was attacked and he was bleeding.
Like in a most shocking incident, one Rakesh Kishore attempted hurling a shoe at CJI. Shameful and reprehensible.
Scorer condemns lawyer's attempt to throw a shoe at CJI BR Gavai, seeks contempt action. The Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association, Scorer, has unequivocally condemned the act of an advocate, who today morning reportedly tried to throw an object at Chief Justice of India BR Gavai before being escorted out by the security. The scorer said that the conduct is unbecoming of a member of the bar and strikes at the very foundation of mutual respect that sustains the relationship between the bench and the bar. The incident happened during the mentioning rounds, when the individual attempted to hurl the object at the CJI. According to lawyers present, the individual shouted, Sanatan Dharam Ka Atman Nahi Sahiga Hindustan, India will not tolerate disrespect towards Sanatan Dharma, while being removed from the courtroom. Scorer passed a resolution and unanimously expressed its deep anguish and disapproval at the recent act of an advocate, who, by his unwarranted and intemperate gesture, sought to disrespect the office and authority of the Honourable Chief Justice of India and his companion judges.
And retired Judge M. Kotju's statement that CJI invited trouble by his comments is equally shameful.
बिल्कुल अफसोस नहीं है। ना 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 मैं माफी मांगने वाला हूं ना मुझे अफसोस है। मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया है। आप मेरे ऊपर सवाल उठा रहे हैं। परमात्मा ने जो करवाया वो मैंने किया। मैं करता नहीं, महज साक्षी हूं। वो उसने करवाया, उसकी इच्छा पूरी हो, उसकी इच्छा होगी कि मैं जेल जाऊं या मुझे फांसी लगा दी जाए या मुझे मार दिया जाए, तो वो परमात्मा की इच्छा है। मैं कहता हूं वो परमात्मा की इच्छा पूरी हो। मैं 72 साल का हो गया हूं, अब मैं कब तक झेलूंगा इस तरीके की घटनाएं, ये मुझे आप बता दें।
Karnataka Chief Minister claimed Lingayats are not Hindus. Why? Who gives Siddha the authority to speak on behalf of Lingayats?
Amid showdown over Karnataka caste census, Siddaramaiah aide has come out to say Lingayats not caste nor religion. It's neither a caste nor a religion. This is what Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's aide has to say. Raya Reddy has said, and I quote, Lingayats only a movement. BJP claims this is a plot to split Lingayats.
Like, I am glad killer cough syrup is banned, but
Cough syrup deaths. Three Indian states have banned a cough syrup after at least 9 children died allegedly after consuming it, authorities said. The Indian Health Ministry said in a statement that test samples of cold Rif cough syrup made by Srezan Pharma in Tamil Nadu in southern India contained diethylene glycol. Diethylene glycol is an industrial solvent that is highly toxic if ingested even in small amounts. The samples are found to contain diethylene glycol beyond the permissible limit, the ministry statement said. The sale of this syrup has been banned throughout Madhya Pradesh, said Mohan Yadav, the chief minister of the central Indian state, where most of the deaths occurred.
But Jaipur hospital fire in ICU that killed 6 patients was horrific.
घटनाक्रम ये रहा कि जो हमारा ट्रॉमा सेंटर का सेकंड फ्लोर पर 2 आईसीयू हैं, उसमें एक ट्रॉमा आईसीयू और एक सेमी आईसीयू है। उसमें हमारे करीब 24 पेशेंट थे। ट्रॉमा आईसीयू में 11, सेमी आईसीयू में 13 पेशेंट। तो ट्रॉमा आईसीयू में शॉर्ट सर्किट हुआ और शॉर्ट सर्किट की वजह से एकदम तेजी से आग लगने से वहाँ पर टॉक्सिक गैसेज और वो सब फैलने लगी और उसमें अधिकतर क्रिटिकल पेशेंट होते हैं जो मोस्टली कोमाटोज होते हैं। तो तुरंत हम लोगों की जो यहाँ ट्रॉमा सेंटर की टीम है, हमारे जो नर्सिंग ऑफिसर्स हैं, हमारे वार्ड बॉय हैं, हमारे ट्रॉली मैन, हम लोगों ने तुरंत रेस्क्यू करा उनको और जितने पेशेंट्स हम आईसीयू से बाहर ला सकते थे तुरंत लेकर आए, उनको दूसरी जगह पे शिफ्ट किया। उसमें से 6 जो पेशेंट हैं हमारे काफ़ी अधिक गंभीर थे, तो उनको बाहर काफ़ी कोशिश किया सीपीआर देकर सर्वाइव करने की, पर वो बचा नहीं पाया। क्रिटिकल अभी 5 के पेशेंट और क्रिटिकल हैं, 6 तो जो है उनको हम काफ़ी एफर्ट्स के बाद बचा नहीं पाए, उसमें से 2 महिलाएं और 4 पुरुष।
5 क्रिटिकल और बाकी
जी हाँ, टोटल 24 थे जो हमने से इवैक्यूएट किए थे, 11 ट्रॉमा आईसीयू से और 13 बगल वाले आईसीयू से।
You are watching Sanglikar's Weekly.
Like, BSP Supremo Mayawati praised Yogi government. Akhilesh mocked her. Usual?
मायावती ने आज लखनऊ में करीब 1 घंटे तक रैली को संबोधित किया। 5 लाख से ज्यादा की भीड़ सामने मौजूद थी। पिछले 9 साल में मायावती की यह सबसे बड़ी रैली थी। इस दौरान उनके निशाने पर अखिलेश यादव थे। मायावती ने कांग्रेस के दलित प्रेम पर सवाल उठाए, हाथ में संविधान लेकर नाटकबाजी का आरोप लगाया। उन्होंने योगी सरकार की लेकिन तारीफ कर दी। मायावती ने कहा कि उत्तर प्रदेश में जब से योगी सरकार आई है, उत्तर प्रदेश में काशी राम स्मारक की हालत सुधर गई है, रखरखाव बेहतर हो रहा है। पहले सपा सरकार ये फंड दबाकर बैठ जाती थी।
वर्तमान राज्य सरकार की भी बहुत बहुत आभारी है और इसलिए आभारी है क्योंकि इस स्थल को देखने वाले लोगों के टिकटों का इकट्ठा हुआ पैसा पूर्व की रही सपा सरकार की तरह वर्तमान भाजपा की राज्य सरकार ने इसे दबाकर नहीं रखा है, बल्कि पार्टी के आग्रह करने पर इसकी मरम्मत करने पर पूरा खर्च किया है।
Like Mamata Didi said Amit Shah behaves as he is prime minister. Maybe Didi is right.
ये पूरा अमित शाह का खेल है। Don't trust अमित शाह always.
एक दिन वो आपका बड़ा मिर्जाफर हो जाएगा। फ्लड में और कम्युनल टेंशन में किसी को गुस्सा होता है। जब कोई कैलामिटीज होता है, कोई लीडर को जाना नहीं चाहिए। कटक भी आज जल रहा है, देखो कैसे हमला हुआ, कैसे कम्युनल राइट्स किया है, बीजेपी पार्टी ने खुद किया है। बजरंग दल, क्या सब नाम है मेरे को पता भी नहीं है। ये लोगों को पास एक देश को खत्म कर देगा ये लोग। आई एम सॉरी टू से, आई हैव सीन सो मेनी गवर्नमेंट, बट आई हैव नेवर सीन दिस टाइप ऑफ एरोगेंट एंड डिक्टेटर गवर्नमेंट। दे शुड रिमेंबर टुडे दे आर इन पावर, टुमारो मे नॉट बी। नथिंग इज परमानेंट। मीटिंग करके उसको लीडर आके बोलता है बंगाल में हम कয়েক लाख वोट का नाम बांट देंगे। आप कहिए अभी नेचुरल कैलामिटीज, रेनी सीजन, फेस्टिवल, इसमें 15 दिन का अंदर ऐसा या थोड़ा ही होता है, सबको नाम तुलना पड़ेगा। तो क्या सोचता है ये लोग? बीजेपी का पार्टी का कमीशन होगा ना, कमीशन फॉर डेमोक्रेटिक राइट्स, सिविक राइट्स ऑफ द पीपुल होगा। ये पूरा अमित शाह का खेल है। उन्होंने तो एक्टिंग प्राइम मिनिस्टर का मामूलिक काम करते हैं, बट प्राइम मिनिस्टर नोज एवरीथिंग। आई एम सॉरी टू से।
Like, Kerala Chief Minister P. Vijayan is denied nod for his 15-day-long Gulf visit. Over to court.
130th Constitutional Amendment Bill. Positives outshines the negative.
The debate tonight is about the 130th Constitution Amendment Bill, ladies and gentlemen, under which the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister, or any minister in any state or central government, if arrested and if they are in jail for more than 30 days, automatically on the 31st day, even if they refuse to resign, will lose their jobs as ministers. The idea is to separate those who are accused of serious offences and hold serious office from the process of governance. The idea to instill a moral compass in politics, the idea to make political authority beyond suspicion, the idea to rebuild constitutional trust, and the idea to solve the constitutional problem of no option. The Prime Minister says that if anybody is imprisoned for more than 50 hours, if the person is a government employee, he or she automatically loses their job. If it's a driver, a clerk, a peon, or even an officer. But if it's a chief minister, a minister, a central minister, cabinet minister, they can continue in government even when they are in jail. When Indira Gandhi was Prime Minister, she brought in a change which was the 39th Amendment, which put the election of the Prime Minister and Speaker of the Lok Sabha outside of the judicial scrutiny. On the contrary, Prime Minister is bringing in a bill which, if it becomes an act, will cover the office of the Prime Minister as well, and even the Prime Minister of India will be automatically removed from his post in case he is arrested for more than 30 days. But there are pros and cons. I'll list 3 pros and 2 cons, ladies and gentlemen. The first is, the biggest positive of this bill is that it ensures continuous governance. It will also fix accountability, ladies and gentlemen, because 46% of MPs in 2024 face criminal charges. 21% of these are serious charges like rape, murder, crimes against women. This will ensure accountability, the 130th Amendment. It will also ensure that citizens and officials are treated equally before the law. If an officer or a clerk or an accountant in the government is removed, if they are arrested for 30 days or 20 days or even 2 days, the ministers will not be treated in a separate category. And that's great. In that sense, it strengthens democratic integrity. That the rule of law applies uniformly, protecting institutions from the misuse of power. But there are also some cons. Will it go against the principle of innocent unless proven guilty? Will it lead to small periods of political instability? Who will become a chief minister? Suppose Kejriwal was in office, jail for 9 months, and the 31st day if he was removed, who would take over? Would it create a power vacuum for a while? And will it lead to center-state vendetta politics? Will it become an incentive for politicians to jail politicians? Will jail or arrest be used as the latest and most obvious case, or reinforced as an obvious case of putting pressure of one politician against the other? There is no change that is completely 100% perfect.
Bill has been referred to JPC. Opposition has opposed the bill. With the opposition silent on sending members to a panel for scrutinizing the 3 bills that prescribe automatic dismissal of jailed ministers, a joint parliamentary committee comprising MPs of NDA parties, smaller outfits, and independents is being considered. Can there be a joint committee of parliament without opposition? Government considers options.
This gas is real.
India has opened a new chapter in energy exploration, one that could transform the country's energy landscape. On September 26th, Union Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri confirmed the presence of natural gas in the Andaman Basin, calling it an ocean of energy opportunities. But what makes the discovery so important? And what could it mean for India's energy security, green ambitions, and economic growth? Last week, Oil India Limited reported the occurrence of natural gas in the second exploratory well in the Andaman shallow offshore block. The discovery came in the Sri Vijayapura 2 well, drilled about 17 kilometers from the Andaman coastline at a water depth of 295 meters, reaching a target depth of 2,650 meters.
Like British Prime Minister Keir Starmer visited India, he came to Mumbai with a delegation of 125 CEOs, entrepreneurs, and vice-chancellors. Our Rani Mukherjee promised 3 films in Britain.
India-UK meet.
This is the biggest trade mission that the United Kingdom has ever sent to India. Obviously, this is a two-parter, if you like. We had Prime Minister Modi over to the United Kingdom earlier this year to sign the FTA, the free trade agreement that we agreed, and today is the return leg of that, if you like. FTA is really important for us. It's the biggest deal that we've struck since we left the EU, and I think it's the biggest deal that India has ever struck, so hugely important.
Sanglikars Weekly. At the Global FinTech Fest at JO World Centre in Mumbai, Prime Minister Narendra Modi says, India wants to foster digital cooperation and digital partnerships globally through its digital innovations, and therefore, we are sharing both our experiences and open-source platforms for the global public good. The MOSIP, that is the Modular Open Source Identity Platform, developed in India, is a prime example of this. Today, more than 25 countries are adopting it as their sovereign digital identity systems. We are not only sharing technology with other countries, but also helping them develop it. This is not a digital aid. Otherwise, many people around the world are interested in advertising. A hint is enough for the wise. This is not an aid, but digital empowerment. Britain signed the £350 million contract to supply the Indian Army with UK-manufactured lightweight missiles, deepening weapons and defence partnership. 9 universities from the UK are going to open campuses in India. PM Modi said, "It is a matter of great joy that now 9 universities from the UK are going to open campuses in India." The Gurugram campus of Southampton University was recently inaugurated, and the first group of students has also taken admission. India-UK trade deal. Starmer wants FTA implementation as soon as humanly possible. Biggest deal since Brexit.
Good afternoon, everyone. मुझे यहाँ आकर बहुत खुशी हुई। I hope that was roughly right. But look, it's fantastic to be here with all of you and with Prime Minister Modi.
Namaskar, doston. Finally, I'd like to take this opportunity as we enter the festive period to wish the people of India joy and happiness and a very happy Diwali. Diwali ki shubh kam inai. Thank you. Thank you.
You are watching Sanglikars Weekly.
EU trade chiefs high praise for Piyush Goyal and Indian negotiators.
My dear friend, Minister Piyush Goyal, just name some of them. Critical raw materials, climate change, very important geopolitical challenges, and I think from the discussions we had there, it was quite clear that we can help each other tremendously. We can complement our economies. We can create huge new opportunities for our businesses. I didn't know, and thank you very much to our ambassador to Airway, that Piyush, on top of many other things, he's a destroyer of obstacles. Because, because I know his passion, I know his temper, and I know his intensity in negotiations, and therefore when I was going to see him for the first time, everyone was sending me the article, you know, that you are going to meet toughest negotiator on this planet. And he was asking me how much we actually paid to Politico to give him this title. And I said, if I can get such a title myself, I will pay them myself. But I think it was truly merited, because indeed we both want the best for India, for European Union, and for both of us. And
Breaking news, next news item, oh, it's breaking fast. Next news item, blink and it's gone.
Pakistan, India and Kabul. India reopens embassy in Kabul, marking its first diplomatic engagement with the Taliban since their 2021 takeover.
Affirming the enduring friendship between India and Afghanistan. We have had opportunities to speak to each other, once after the Pahalgam terrorist attack and the second time after the Kunar and Nangarhar earthquake. However, a meeting between us in person has a special value in allowing us to exchange perspectives, identify common interests, and forge closer cooperation. As a contiguous neighbor and a well-wisher of the Afghan people, India has a deep interest in your development and progress. Today, I reaffirm that our long-standing partnership that has seen so many Indian projects in Afghanistan stands renewed. Once again, Excellency, a very, very warm welcome, and I invite you to make your opening remarks.
We have long civilizational and people-to-people ties for centuries, and it is not only limited to geography, but also to business, culture, sports, and other links that have binded us together. In 1947, we began official bilateral diplomatic relations, and have had close policy positions on many issues. Now it is important that we increase our understanding and make use of our capacities and opportunities. India has always stood by Afghan people and has assisted them in many areas. Similarly, over the past 4 years, and particularly the recent earthquake in Kunar, India was the first country to respond.
Breaking news, next news item, oh, it's breaking fast. Next news item, blink and it's gone.
Pakistan bombs India's new ally hours after Taliban minister lands in Delhi. Kabul under attack.
When we examine the unfolding events between Pakistan, India, and Afghanistan, it's not enough to see them as isolated acts of aggression or diplomacy. What's really happening is a profound recalibration of power, one that's as psychological as it is political. The recent Pakistani airstrike, carried out just hours after a Taliban minister arrived in New Delhi, didn't occur in a vacuum. It was a deliberate move in a much larger, ongoing contest for influence, legitimacy, and control in South Asia. And to understand it, we must move beyond surface-level headlines and recognize the deeper symbolic struggle beneath them. For decades, Pakistan has positioned itself as the primary stakeholder in Afghanistan's political affairs, a self-appointed guardian of its neighbor's future. This claim has roots in both geography and ideology, as well as in a long history of strategic interdependence. But when the Taliban's representative stepped into Delhi, a city historically viewed as Pakistan's rival, it created a shockwave. It was as though the gravitational center of regional power had shifted, even if only slightly. For Islamabad, this was more than a diplomatic inconvenience. It was a challenge to its identity and influence. The subsequent bombing was not merely a military response, it was a statement, one that declared, "We are still the decisive force in this region." But that statement carries layers of insecurity beneath its surface. Whenever a state reacts so quickly, so publicly, it reveals something about its internal psychology. It shows fear of losing control, fear of being sidelined, fear that the narratives it once dominated are slipping away. Power, after all, isn't just about who has the most weapons or soldiers. It's about who controls the story, who defines what is legitimate. And at this moment, both India and Pakistan are fighting not just on physical terrain, but on moral and symbolic ground, each trying to project itself as the region's rightful stabilizer. India's engagement with the Taliban can be interpreted as an attempt to rewrite its role in the region. By extending a hand to a government long ostracized, India signals to the world that it is not merely a bystander, but a pragmatic actor willing to navigate complexity for the sake of influence. Pakistan's bombing, in turn, is a rejection of that narrative, a warning that the old order will not yield quietly. Yet, ironically, the very act of striking back may strengthen India's diplomatic hand because it confirms the perception that Pakistan acts from reaction, not strategy.
Sanglikars Weekly.
China's rare earth policy.
The Chinese Ministry of Commerce releasing a couple of announcements this Thursday outlining new rules relating to those 17 chemical elements which are extremely rare to find in their pure form and which are crucial in many high-tech products from loudspeakers all the way to electric cars or jet engines. Beijing had already put in place restrictions back in April, creating shortages in many sectors around the world. And the new rules basically formalize these rules and add new ones on top. In addition to always requiring government permission to export rare earths and rare earth technologies, overseas exporters using Chinese rare earth tech or products will also need to obtain a license from the Commerce Ministry. That ministry spokesperson made it clear that any military use of these products and this tech won't generally be approved, saying that they had discovered that some overseas organizations had illegally obtained rare earth technology from China, used them for sensitive military and other purposes, causing significant damage to China's national security and interests and adversely affecting international peace and stability. It's unclear at this point how these new rules will be enforced.
China seeks India's assurance on no heavy rare earths diversion to US.
China demands assurances from India regarding heavy rare earth magnets. These critical components will only be shipped if India guarantees they will not be sent to US. Indian firms have provided end-user certificates. China controls a vast majority of global production and seeks leverage in trade talks. This situation impacts India's electric vehicle and high-tech industries. China has demanded fresh guarantees from India before resuming shipments of heavy rare earth magnets, vital components for electric vehicles, renewable energy systems and defense technologies. This was according to a report by the ET. The move comes amid Beijing's push to tighten control over its rare earth exports and ensure that materials supplied to India are not re-exported to the United States.
Breaking news. Next news item. Oh, it's breaking fast. Next news item. Blink and it's gone.
Like Tufan Ergin-Bilgic, Rolls-Royce CEO, promised to make India its home market. Good.
I would actually see a broad, given our activities, a broad spectrum where we can actually have strategic partnerships with India. I think AMCA project, this is Advanced Combat Aircraft, that project, for example, will create sovereign capability, and we can strategic partner with you there and co-create, co-develop. We are growing together with Air India and Indigo, and at some point we would like to create maintenance and repair center here. There is no other private company in the world with nuclear skills that we have. So SMRs and AMRs, we are now world leader already. We actually took that technology so we can bring it here, again in partnership. We want to grow our supply chain here for aerospace and power systems at least 20-fold in the next 10 to 20 years. For global supply, it is not only for India, but all of our requirements globally as well. Actually, India can play a source of supply.
LG IPO created a record. It was oversubscribed 54 times as it crossed rupees 4 lakh crores. Like with yet another vertical split in Tata Sons, it is deja vu time. Government had to intervene. Sad. What next? Wait and watch.
Tata Trust, which owns a 66% stake in Tata Sons, has long believed that Tata Sons should remain a privately owned entity. However, due to recent tensions among trustees of Tata Trust, there is now a feeling that perhaps it's better to get publicly listed. Sources close to the Tata Group have told CNBC TV18 that some sections of the Tata trustees now believe that due to the rift between the trustees and also the removal of nominee director Vijay Singh, it is important to consider a public listing and also go by the RBI directors. This, they feel, is in the sake of transparency and public accountability. Sources are telling CNBC TV18 that a section of the trustees actually agrees with the Shapoorji Pallonji Group's statement, which said that it is now important to call for the public listing of Tata Sons in light of the recent developments. Now, the Shapoorji Pallonji Group owns an 18% stake in Tata Sons. This issue was not taken up in the board meeting that took place on October 10. None of the contentious issues were taken up. But it is very important to remember that just a few months back, all trustees of the Tata Trust had unanimously passed a resolution that Tata Sons should remain private. Now, the Tata Trust seems to be divided over the issue, and some believe that it is very important to go by the RBI's mandate and regulatory framework as well. Let's see what happens in the days to come.
Like Ashok Kumar Pal, Anil Ambani confidant, is arrested for money laundering. What next?
The Enforcement Directorate has arrested Ashok Kumar Pal, Chief Financial Officer of Reliance Power Limited, in connection with a money laundering case tied to the Anil Dhirubhai Ambani Group. Pal, a close aide of industrial Anil Ambani, was taken into custody after extensive questioning at the agency's Delhi office. He is expected to be produced before a special court for further proceedings. According to ED officials, the arrest is linked to the fake bank guarantee case and broader allegations of financial irregularities involving Yes Bank and several ADA group companies.
You are watching Sanglikar's Weekly.
And finally, I was thrilled to read, "You will scale new heights" in the weekly forecast. I realized the meaning when my wife asked me to climb the ladder to clean up the attic for Diwali.
Lazy Bee. The 11th of October, 2025.